Good afternoon, Laura.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to the 2025 symposium. Tell us about yourself. Before we begin, my name is Aditi Hardwaj. I'm from NAYGN, North American Young Generation in Nuclear. We're so happy to have this conversation with you.
I'm so happy to be here. I really appreciate the invite. Lara Skinner, I'm the director of the Climate Jobs Institute at Cornell University. It's a part of the School of Industrial and Labor Relations. And basically, we've been studying the labor and employment impacts of climate change and the transition to a clean energy economy for about a dozen years. And then, based on demand and interest, we set up a brand new institute dedicated to this work in 2023. Most of us are based in New York City, but we also have folks who are based in Albany and in Ithaca.
And all over, okay.
Yeah, all over.
Amazing.
And we have about a 40-person team, and I like to say that we're about half labor and employment experts and half climate and energy experts, and we have to put those two fields and areas of expertise together to figure out how do we do this transition in a way that really supports workers and communities.
100%. And then how do you think these communities can benefit from nuclear energy?
I think that what a lot of people are concerned about right now is how do we lower electricity costs? How do we lower utility costs? We look a lot at energy burden. And unfortunately, here in New York and around the country, there are many families that are spending too much of their household income on electricity and utility costs. And it's only getting worse, right? With extreme weather and with the impacts of climate change getting worse. We've got more extreme heat. We've got bigger, colder storms in the wintertime, just more unpredictability in the weather. And so we're thinking about how do we have solutions that make sure that we have reliable power, that we have affordable power, and do all of this at a time when energy demand is really starting to grow, which isn't something that we've had to deal with for a long time. And we're highly supportive of solar and wind. We are supporting efforts all over the country to build out as much solar and wind as we can. And at the same time, we recognize we need baseload power. We need non-variable power that provides consistent electricity to homes and businesses. And we see nuclear as a really big part of that solution. And as someone who really focuses on the job creation opportunities, nuclear is one of the best ways to create a lot of good jobs, right? Just both in all of the supply chain that's needed for the nuclear industry, but also in the construction, you employ a lot of people. And that's really important in this transition, right? If we think about affordability, it's like what people are paying to meet their basic needs, but it's also whether they have a good job that pays good wages and good benefits that allows them to sustain their families and communities. And nuclear has historically done a really good job of that in the U.S.
100%. And I've been working in the nuclear industry for over 10 years. And I can tell you and attest to the fact that not only about good paying jobs, but also job security.
Yes.
And then also